Okay, there we go. Yo. Ah. This whole time. This whole time my whole headset is off. All right, yo, I'm getting old. Anyway, all right. So this is how I'm gonna have to do it moving forward, at least for the foreseeable future. This is how I'm gonna have to do my build videos. I don't have the time to sit down and edit and put stuff together. I'm too busy these days. So I gotta take the time that I do have and just stream. I can't create content like that right now. I'm sorry. But I'm gonna let a few more people get in here and I'm gonna show you guys these builds because I know y'all been harassing me. Some of y'all been really harassing me about this build. So I said, all right, I'm gonna just sit down and stream it because I cannot edit. I'm sorry, I can't do it. 22 minutes, no audio is diabolical. Hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. I was, I had it on unlisted for like, I want to say 19 of the minutes just to try to figure out how to get the thumbnail and the title and all that stuff situated before I made it public. So I'm just gonna have to edit that out after the fact, but it is what it is. Um, nah, it's not an accidental stream. No accidental streams is on purpose. Now we got 14 people in there. All right, so I'm gonna just go ahead and get into it. So this is my build for 2K26. It says mid post bully right now, but once we get to the end, we gonna change that. All right, so it's a 6'7", shooting guard, 280 pounds, 6'8" on the wingspan. Let's get into this. So off rip, I know a lot of you guys are seeing some things that are very, very similar and identical to my previous year's build, and that's gonna be the theme with this one. All right, so for my close shot, I need that at minimum a 92 because I need that thing right there on goal. That Paint Prodigy, I needs that. Okay, I needs it. And Paint Prodigy gives you um a level of quickness or slowness depending on how high or low you have the badge. It gives you faster animations around the basket. I don't want no slow animations around the basket. I want to go up as fast as possible. So at minimum, I shoot for gold Paint Prodigy. All right. Driving layup, 90. I was thinking about pushing it to 92 so I can get gold layup mix master. But the way layups this year is, for me personally, I'm not the greatest at it. So my budget, excuse me, sorry. My budget is a 90. All right, 90 is gonna give you gold physical. I can't even speak. Physical finisher. All right, 90 driving layup, gold physical finisher. Driving dunk. I know y'all looking at me kind of crazy. I know y'all looking at me kind of crazy, but there's a perfectly good explanation as to why my driving dunk is a 62. I'm gonna tell you about that later. Standing dunk, we're not gonna talk about that. That's relevant to the driving dunk. Post control. I don't need to. Like, come on now. Like, how long we been doing this? 90 on the post control. As you can see, that purple goes to red, and that's because of my mid range. But you're gonna need that 90 post control as well. Mid range, 95. I know a lot of you saying, why did you just put it to 96? We're gonna talk about that later. But 95 gives me Hall of Fame Deadeye. 3-point. Your boy, hey, listen. This is a very proud moment. All right, this is a very proud moment for me. I can now shoot from limitless range. Your boy can now shoot from back there. All right, I might not be all that. I'm not gonna be jacking up, limitless threes, but I can do it if I want to. You know what I'm saying? So listen, back up off me if you want. Free throw, you already know what the deal is. If anybody taking them free throws, it's gonna be me. Pass accuracy, we not here to talk about that. All right, listen, this is not what you came to me for. You don't come to me for passing the ball. We not going to have no discussions about basketball sharing. We don't do that here. We pass when we have to. We pass when we need to. Other than that, the ball not coming out of my hands. All right, ball handle, 80. That's minimum. I will never go anything below 80 ball handle. 80 is when you start to get the how do you say, not elite ball handling animations or signature animations, but you get some good stuff starting at 80. Speed with ball. Now, this was a real, I don't want to say compromise, but it's not something that I usually do. Like my speed with ball is usually like a 60, right? if that high. And the reason I don't usually go high on my speed with ball is because I don't really be running around with the ball. I catch the ball, I isolate, I spot up, I triple threat, and I just make one dribble, two dribbles to the basket. So I don't really need speed with ball. But speed with ball this year is tied to dribble styles. And there are some dribble styles that I really like that are tied to a higher speed with ball, like from 70 to 75 to 80. So I just said, you know what? What the heck, let me just go with 80 because I dropped this down here so low. So it gave me some more wiggle room. I went with 80 speed with ball. Now, interior defense. This whole section right here, right? This whole section, very similar to previous years except my block. Last year I had a 60 interior defense. Last year I had a 74 perimeter defense. Last year I had a 44 steal. I don't really steal. I don't try to steal. I just try to stay in front of my man as much as possible. And perimeter defense, just like last year, this year it's all about just getting your hand up. You understand what I'm saying? If you're able to be in a position to where you can get your hand up, you really don't need this perimeter defense to be that high. And what helps me get in position to get a hand up is that right there, right? These two right here kind of make this kind of really negligible. How do you say it? Negligible to me. It can be as low as, actually no, it needs to be a 74. I can't go no lower than that. As long as I can get on ball menace, I'm straight. But I'm gonna show you what I do to that towards the end of this video. Now, block. You guys really don't see me make builds with any kind of block, but because my driving dunk is so low, gave me a little bit more wiggle room to put other attributes up. I decided to go with block. And boy, let me tell you, it's something about a 74 at minimum block that kind of, it really just changes the game for me. Like I didn't really appreciate how valuable a 74 block was. So I was like, I'm maybe just pushing to 76. Now, rebound. This really has much to do with nothing. This is all negligible. These are all extra points that I had that I couldn't really put on anything else. But at least I get bronze rebound chaser and bronze box out beast. I can't really ask for much more than that. Speed and agility, I was just talking about that. It really helps me laterally on defense to stay in front of my guy and cut off angles. Strength, just like last year, 86. Why? You see that right there? Silver to gold? Yeah. I don't need it, but it's nice to have. Vertical, 75. That's going to change a little bit towards the end of this video, but having a high vertical gives you more access to dunk packages, and it also helps you out with rebounds. Don't believe people that say that vertical don't help with rebounds. That's cap. It definitely does help with rebounds, and it definitely does help with blocks. So, after saying all of that, all right, after all of this, this is what you're going to get, all right? You're going to get shades of Ronaldo Blackman, I don't know who that is, Allen Houston, and Kobe Bean Bryant. Mid-post bully. We're not going to worry about those weaknesses down there, all right? Really pick pockets or intercepts passes. That's cool. I don't need to do that. I don't need to pick pockets. I don't need to, well, listen. When it says predictable with ball movement, let me explain to you what that means. It means that it means the predictability with ball movement means that if I get the ball, you might as well just he ain't passing. That's what that means. All right, so we just gonna move on with the bill. Advance. Let's go. Legend rebirth. Blah 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 blah. All right, I don't even know why I even went into this because I'm not making this build. This build is already made. I'm gonna back up out of here. Come on, 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 come on. We're not here for this. All right. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Is this it? I think so. I think this is it. This should be it. Yeah, all right. So look. This is what we got. Is this? No, this is the wrong build. Hey, listen, close your eyes. Don't worry about that. That's the wrong bill. That is the wrong bill. Delete that out of your memory banks. Delete that out of your memory banks. This got to be it right here. This got to be it right here. This has to be it right here. Hold up. Let me see. Yeah, all right, here we go. Okay, so 62 driving dunk, all the way up to 89. You know what that gives me? That gives me access to all the good things, right? That gives me access. Wait, what the heck? That gives me access to pro contact dunks, right? That gives me access to these other pro contact dunks, these alley-oop pro contact dunks. Man, what is wrong with me today? And all these other goodies, all right? But here's the thing. It don't just stop with that. Because once I get this vertical to a 78, that's just going to unlock even more dunk packages, right? So, as you can see, I used the majority of my regular cap breakers on drive and dunk and interior defense. This interior defense unlocked a new name for me. We're going to talk about that later. And I use my build specialization cap breaker on my mid-range. So now I actually do have a 96 mid-range. Crazy. And I still got one more build specialization cap breaker to attain. Once I get that, I'm putting it right on my vertical. That's how we do things over here. So, this is the build at the end of the day. 92 close shot, 90 driving dunk, 89... 90 driving dunk, 90 driving layup, 89 driving dunk, 31 standing dunk, 90 post control, 96 mid range, 83 three ball, 97 free throw. We're not going to talk about that. 80 ball handle, 80 speed with ball, 74 interior defense, which, bro, crazy improvement from 61. I'm going to just leave that there. 74 perimeter, 44 steal, 76 block, 67 O-board, 52 defensive rebound, 83 speed, 87 agility, 86 strength, 75 on the vertical. And the name that gives me, right? The name that this, yes, 90, yes. That's what we do over here, 97 free throw. Because if any soul on my team is taking free throws, it's gonna be your boy. All right, now. We get mid-post bully. We get green light because of the build specialization. But we also get gritty mid-paint score because of that cap broke interior defense. And that's what we're going to go with. Gritty mid-paint score. That's your boy. I would go over you know what? I was debating going over my signatures and just having this strictly be the build video. But if you guys want to see the signatures, let me know. Put a 1 in the chat. If you guys want to see the signature animations, put a 1 in the chat, and I'll do that. I gotta figure out how to put music in the background for these streams. One. All right, that's enough ones for me. All right, so let's go into these signature animations. So for my jump shot, which is very near and dear to my heart, all right. My lower base this year is Quentin Grimes, and the reason for that is because it jumps so high. I believe, in my opinion, all right. Like, I've labbed a lot of bases in this game. I've labbed almost every available base for 6'5" to 6, was it 6'5" to 6'9" or 6'5" to 6'10"? Every available base for this height, I've labbed. And it's between Quentin Grimes, Scottie Pippen, and some other base that get the highest off of the ground. to where your toes are the highest off the ground. And that's what I look for the most when it comes to jump shot bases. I want to jump out the gym. You understand? So Quentin Grimes is one of those bases where in my opinion, I believe it jumps the highest in the game. It jumps the highest and it jumps straight up. So it's not like you're jumping into the defender. You're just jumping straight up. And that's what I go for, right? So Quentin Grimes for the base. You got David West for the upper release. And Michael Jeffrey Jordan for the second upper release. I got it on a 86-14 blend, more so going towards Michael Jordan. Now here's the thing. Michael Jordan's release by itself, like if I were to put this on 100, right? The speed goes down. That's because MJ's release is slow. It's like molasses. You understand? So the reason I mixed it with David West and I have it on Quentin Grimes' base is because that kind of mitigates how slow MJ's release is, right? But the main reason I went with MJ's release is because it's so beautiful. It's such a perfect form. It's such a pretty form to look at, bro. Like his form and Jaylen Brown's form, it's so 90s, early 2000s textbook jump shot form, and I love it. But this jump shot has been cash. Like I'm shooting in people's grills with this. But keep in mind, I have a 96 mid range, so do that at your own discretion. All right, so this is my jump shot. I'm gonna go into my dunks. I kind of showed that a little bit earlier, but you see, I get pro contact dunks. For the reverse, I use this is the only reverse package that I use. That's the windmill baseline reverses. These are so clutch because I've never been blocked on one of these. Never in my life. From 2K20 down to today, I've never been blocked on one of these. These are probably one of the most unblockable dunks in the game. These windmill baseline reverses, forget about it. Tomahawks, these get blocked. These can get blocked very easily, but that hasn't been my experience because I don't go to the rim just aimlessly. All right, I kind of pick my spots, but I use uber athletic tomahawks off 2 and leading slams. My 1 foot moving dunks, again, tomahawks, sidearm tomahawks. I know a lot of y'all looking at this kind of scary because it's block bait, but in my experience, haven't really been blocked like that. Signature dunks. I'm regretting not going with wait a minute. Can I get that? I can get that. I have to upgrade. All right, so bet. Jaylen Brown's dunk package is probably my favorite dunk package in the game because he has so many like tomahawks and like those right there. It's my favorite. And once I get my vert to a 77, I'm putting that bad boy on and I'm taking this Julius Erving off. Julius Erving is like a what do you call it? It's like a budget version of Jaylen Brown, in my opinion. But once I get Jaylen Brown, I'm taking this right the heck off. Alley-oops, you already know what the deal is. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now, free throw. Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon has one of the biggest free throw green windows in the game. And it's not too slow and it's not too fast. I've been using it since last year. I didn't know that it had a big green window. But apparently this year, that's the same case. Go-to shot. Let me talk to y'all real quick. Carmelo Anthony's go-to shot. All right. It's probably one of the most dynamic ones, particularly because of its triple threat go-to shot. And it's really the only one that I use. All right. I don't really use his go-to shot when I'm dribbling because you can tell when somebody's going to use it. Like it's very readable. But this triple threat go-to shot, if you're in takeover and you have, I believe it's sharp takeover. Sharp takeover has ankle breakers in it. So if you do a spin shot or some type of step back, your defender is going to touch the ground. All right. He going to be shaking his cheeks on the ground. And with Carmelo Anthony's go-to shot, All you gotta do is do that animation right there, and I'm telling you, it's open ankle breaker every single time. Every single time, and I hope they don't patch it. If 2K, if you listen to this, just leave that alone. All right, just leave that alone for now. Dribble pull up, Kobe Bean Bryant. Now there's a few other options that you could use. My personal favorite is Kobe because I believe that it jumps the highest. That's what I look for in the majority of my scoring animations. I look for animations that jump high. KD also can get off the ground, but it's not all of his animations. It's like one or two. Devin Booker jumps pretty high, as you can see. And Caldwell Pope. I was using Caldwell Pope last year. It's pretty consistent. Jalen Green jumps exponentially high, but I'm kind of sick and tired of his animations. I don't know why. Just something about his animations going to the other side I don't particularly like. But Kobe Bean Bryant, that's what I use for the dribble pull-up. Spin jumper. Let me talk to y'all again. For builds that are this height, I believe that the DeMar DeRozan spin jumper package is the best spin jumper package in the game. Kuz is great. Don't get it twisted. Kuzma is great. But this boy right here, he has so many different pro play animations that are easy to access, and he only has one terrible bad animation going to the other side. That's it. All right? Everybody else got some weird animations. All right? Devin Booker, one of the most beautiful spin animations in the game. That's the only pro play animation you're going to see from him. Everything else is generic and terrible. But this guy, most dynamic spin jumper available to 6'7". Trust me. Hop jumper. I've been using this man's hop jumper since 2K23. Was it 2K? No, I'm lying. 2K24, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And the reason being is, matter of fact, before I even get into that, I don't use hop jumpers unless it's out of the triple threat. I'll start right there. And it's mainly because of how dangerous and how shifty Jason Tatum's triple threat hop jumpers are. In my opinion, the most shifty and dynamic triple threat hop jumper animations in the game. But I don't use his regular moving hop jumpers. Not that they're bad, it's just that because I shoot with the button this year, and last year I also shot with the button, I don't rhythm shoot. I don't use the right stick to shoot jumpers. I only use the right stick for layups and dunks. But because of that, I can't really access the rest of his hop jumper animations with the button because it's just not that accessible this year with the button for whatever reason. I don't like it, but it is what it is. But I don't need to because that animation right there is an ankle taker. That animation right there, bro, I'm telling you, trust me. Put on Jason Tatum hop jumper animation and shoot out of the triple threat. It'll change your life. All right. Another good option is DeRozan. He has a lot of great pro play animations, whether it's standing or out of the triple threat. But like I mentioned earlier, I only really do them out of the triple threat. DeRozan is another great option. Dunk styles, I went over that. Normal layup. Okay. Now, layups this year, in my opinion, kind of iffy. So if you're going to go with layups, you got to find, in my opinion, something that's very straightforward and doesn't have a lot going on with it. I use Jalen Green because it's not too fast and it don't got a whole lot of foolishness going on with it. A lot of these animations got like double clutches and twirls and spins and all that. I don't want that. I just want you to go straight up to the basket as fast as you possibly can, and Jalen Green gets that job done. Another good animation is Michael Jordan, but in my personal opinion, Jalen Green. Out of all these other dudes, I mean, Zion is alright. Zion could get you there, but Jalen Green, in my opinion, is the best normal layup package. Reverse layup package. I was using MJ. I was previously using MJ until some told me to try Kawhi, and Kawhi, in my opinion, is the best. In my opinion, is the best reverse layup package. Michael was. When I'm playing online and I do these reverses, I don't know. I guess it's because of the double clutch. But when I use Kawhi, I don't really get blocked and I don't really get contested like that. I don't know. I guess because he does the reverse animation further away from the basket compared to Mike. He does it really close to the basket, but I don't know. Maybe he does it just a placebo. Floaters. I use LaMelo Ball. Jimmy Butler is, I don't know. When you preview Jimmy Butler's animation, it shows you this one animation. But when you play the game and you do floaters with Jimmy Butler's floater animation, you get a whole bunch of other nonsense. I don't know why. But LaMelo Ball, for me, has been the most consistent. And every time I do a floater with him, it goes in. That has just been my personal experience. Yo, what's going on, Kill 'em Kyrie? Quick scoop layups. I use default swing. I personally use default swing. Before that, though, I was using Jalen Green. As you can see, Jalen Green is very quick to the point, but it's too quick for me. It's too, personally, I don't like it. I don't like it that fast. All right. Default swing is a nice speed. I can telegraph it. I can kind of get an idea on when to let it go. Jalen Green is like you blink and then you pass the green window. Euro step. Personally, I use Amen Thompson. I'm not sold on it. When I say sold, I'm not committed to it. I'm not dedicated to it. I could probably go in a different direction. But so I don't really do Euro steps like that. So you can probably get away with whatever you want. That's just what I have on. I'm not a Euro stepper. However, I am a hop stepper. I hop step a lot going to the basket. And the reason for that is it kind of buys me time to see what the defense is going to do. So if I do a hop step and it looks like the defense is going to cheat over, I pass. If not, I'm going up. And if I think they're going to crash on the basket and I don't want to pass, just pump fake. Just pump fake. It gives you enough time to see what the defense is going to do compared to all these other animations, in my humble opinion. Spin layup. Now listen. Hear me out. Do not equip Jalen. Don't put this on, y'all. Okay? If you put this on, don't say BlaqKobra told you to put this on. All right? Don't blame me if you put this on. Because I'm telling you right now, if you put this on, a lot of bad things are going to happen to you. And I don't want that. All right? I don't want bad things to happen. Put on shade. Put on default. Put on anything else except this. The only reason I have this on is for these 360 animations. And the way you activate it, they activate in a very particular specific situation. And you got to know how to do it and when to do it. It works for me. I love using it. But do not put this on. Is going to get you in trouble. Unless you know what you're doing, stay the hell away from Jalen Brunson's spin layup package. All right? Cool. Post fade. Now we got to have a conversation. I have officially abandoned Paul George. All right? Paul George, I'll say this. I still think Paul George post fade is the most dynamic post fade in the game that's available to this height. I'll stand on that 10 toes because he has so much pro play animations going in very different directions. But I think out of my labbing, out of my experimentations, Kobe Bryant's green window is much larger and probably the largest out of all of these. Right? His green window, from my experience, don't move. And if it shrinks, it don't shrink that much. The amount of red contests that I've hit with Kobe Bryant's post fade is completely ridiculous compared to all these others, right? Paul George, I can get away with it here and there, but Kobe, I don't really care about defense when it comes. I can shoot this with my eyes closed. So if you want to go with a post fade, Kobe Bryant is great. Wait a minute, where did I get this? Get the heck out of here. They got wow. All right, so look, I'm just peeping this. Hey, listen, I haven't really played the game like that. Pro 2, let me favorite this. Pro 2 is another great post fade. It's very, very, very similar to Kobe Bryant. I might play around with this and I might put on Pro 2. But for right now, I'm going to keep it on Kobe Bryant. Pro 2 is also Chef Kiss. I was using that all 2K22, 23, 24. It's amazing, right? Post hook, I don't do hooks at all. If I do activate a hook animation, it's to step through or to do something else. I'm not shooting no hook, but you can put on whatever you want to put on. I just got on bam. Post hop. Let me talk to y'all real quick. So, there's multiple different ways that you can go with this. Personally, right now, I have on Tobias Harris. It's my favorite. It jumps the highest, and it's the quickest one in the game that's available to a 6.7 right now. However, DeRozan's is great. You get the same animations as Tobias Harris, which shares the same animations as Kobe Bryant. Now, Keegan Murray, for all my sim guys, you see that push off in his animation? He has a push off in his animation. So, if you manually push off in the game in the post, and then you go into this post step back, he's gonna do that again, right? And it kind of negates the push off, the initial push off. So it's gonna give your defender way too much time to react, and that's gonna be a terrible shot. But then on the flip side, if you don't manually push off and then you just go into this animation, he doesn't actually push the defender. So it's kind of like a wasted motion in this animation. So listen, do not do what you want, but I wouldn't recommend using Keegan Murray. If you want to get blocked and you want to shoot like 100% smothered step backs, go ahead, do your thing. But I wouldn't recommend putting this on. If you want a great step back, Tobias Harris is the way to go. Post go-to shots. Listen to your boy. We're gonna have a little dialogue right now. This, and I said it before the game came out. I saw this in some clips from Community Day, and I was like, yo, this is kind of crazy. This is kind of crazy because it covers so much space. It covers so much ground in a very little amount of time. And the downside to this, right? There is only one downside to this. If you know what you're doing in a 5v5 or 3v3 situation, there is only one downside, and that is the size of the green window. That's it. If you can hone in and learn the visual cue and where the green window is on this post go-to shot, you're going to be unstoppable. Because this animation is stupid. this post go-to shot animation is stupid. You can run from the middle of the key to the 3-point line, but you gotta green it. That's the only thing. That's the only downside to this. You have to learn the shot. You gotta hit that green window, and it's tiny. All right. I'm cool with it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say that I'm at like a 6.5 right now with this, right? I haven't learned it completely, but I've learned it enough to where if I commit to, if I say to myself, all right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to hit it about 6 out of 10 times, all right? That ain't great, but it's not bad either. I'm still working on it. Another good, not good, one that I was previously using is Kawhi, because this is very Kobe-like. Kobe Bryant's post go-to shot is criminal. I don't know why they did that to Kobe, but Kawhi Leonard's post go-to shot is also a great one. If you want a nice one that has a reasonable green window, because a lot of these post go-to shots have very tiny green windows, and a lot of them have hooks at the end of them. Like who has a hook at the end of it? I think it's Jamal Murray. Is it Jamal? That's a floater. Somebody has a hook at the end of his damn... bro, let me talk to you. If you don't have hook specialists, don't do these. Don't put on no post go-to shot that got a hook in it if you don't have hook specialists and you don't have it on a higher level. Because that's what pissed me off about Carmelo Anthony's. I have a high hook specialist, but I don't do hooks. And these animations be so fast. Like, how do you expect me to time that? And not only that, he doing it from the top of the key. Like, I'm not bro. I'm going on that tangent. I'm sorry. I'm using pro. Use it if you want to. Discretion, green window, tiny. It's microscopic. Motion style. I know there's been a lot of discourse about motion styles recently. I use AJ Green. The reason I use AJ Green is because it has a decent When I say decent, on 2K Labs, it has a B plus on lateral movement, has an A minus on defensive sprint, and I think it has like a B plus on offensive movement. So that's cool. That's a nice middle ground for me because a lot of these motion styles that are extremely good on the defense is terrible on the offense. A lot of these that are great on offense have terrible defensive lateral movement. AJ Green is a nice middle ground for me. Try it out. Let me know what you think. Playmaking moves. Pass style, none. Listen, we already had that discussion. Dribble style, I use James Harden. The reason I use James Harden is because of his, how do you say? A lot of they call it a burst. I don't call it a burst. I just call it a crossover. He has a nice crossover towards his offhand. If you're that right there, I like it. There's some other ones that are good, like Zach LaVine is pretty good, but I like using James Harden. Signature size up, I use Paul George. I don't know why they did this year. It used to be if you did a left-right flick on the right stick and then you hold L2, these animations would play out. And I think it was before this patch 2 that came out, you could do that. But now you gotta rapidly flick the stick in all type of directions just to get these animations to play out, and it kind of just ruins the feel of it for me personally. I use Paul George. I used to use Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is a little bit more smoother. It matches my speed. It matches my pace, and I can change direction. I can change speed with it at will. Breakdown combos. Jordan Poole, in my opinion, is the best one. You can get a lot of ankle breakers off this if you're in takeover. That's what I like to use. Escape moves, I use Jimmy Butler. I don't do escapes. I don't do escape dribbles at all. And that's really all you see now in 2K26 is escapes. Escape. Drive to the basket, escape, step back, escape. I don't do escapes. But if I did, I would use Jimmy Butler. Combo moves, I use Jordan Poole. Kevin Durant is also really good, but I stick with Jordan Poole, not because of the Sham God, but because of that double cross, that between the leg crossover right there. That's what I like to use. Crossover, I use Chris Paul. Another really good one is LeBron James. His crossover is trash, so be on the lookout for that. But LeBron James crossover is also really good. I think Markel Fultz was one that I was using. His between the leg crossover is trash, but his regular crossover is beautiful. But for a good balance, I use Chris Paul. Behind the back, I use Jordan Poole. Now, from my experience, Jordan Poole has given me a lot of ankle breakers, but it's weird. Like you gotta set it up, and you gotta see your defender coming at. Like your defender has to be at an angle in order for you to pull this off, and then for it to give you the space that you want. Anthony Edwards is aight, but me personally, I like Jordan Poole. Pro is also a really good one. Probably the most versatile is Pro, but I like Jordan Poole because I like these Pro play animations. Spin, I use Terry Rozier. I don't really do spin moves like that, but in my opinion, it's one of the better ones. I use LeBron James hesitations. I use them here and there, but I'm not a really big hesitation user because I don't really dribble in place a lot. But his hesitation, that animation right there, devious, because you could do a whole lot coming out of that. Step back, I don't do step backs at all. I should probably do more of them. But when they release Andrew Wiggins step back, I'm throwing that bad boy on. They didn't release it yet. Hopefully they release it next season. But go in my NBA eras and look at Andrew Wiggins step back and come back and listen. I'm throwing that thing on when it comes out. Triple threat. A lot of you guys are asking me about my triple threat style. It has always been Zach LaVine predominantly, but recently it's been Steph Curry. I wish that they let us like customize these triple threat styles, because the only thing I like about Steph's is how he holds the ball low to the ground. Everything else is trash. Everything else about Steph Curry's triple threat style is trash. I hate it. I just like how he holds the ball low to the ground. But as an overall triple threat style, Zach LaVine, chef kiss. Yeah, hey, that's it. That's it. That's it for the animations. That's it for the build. Um, appreciate you, Yfix. Like the video. Um, yeah, Malik Monk crossover is very devious. Carola, it's very devious. It's probably one of my favorites too. I was also using that for a time being. We always good, Scoob. Um, Yo, damn, I'm sorry. I ain't been looking at the comments, bro. I'm sorry. Let me get at these comments. Let me get at these comments. Yo, what's going on, Snorf, my boy? Appreciate you coming through. No lie, I've been thinking about. Wait, what? Hey, yo. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, you can't throw no homo at the end of that, my boy. You can't do that. But I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. Yeah, let me let me get up out of here before this go left. Hey, I appreciate you guys coming through for the build video and the animations. If you guys got any questions, leave it in the comment section after this video is over, after the stream is over, and I'll try my best to address it in the next video. All right, it's your boy BlaqKobra. I'll get at you guys later.